normal muffler. That's all to do with the straight pipe. So we're gonna stick this son of a bitch in fucking probably in, I don't know what that is there, probably B1. We got this big fucking thing behind it. We're gonna just step it out of the way. Hey guys, how's she going today? Well, we're just about to wrap up the barley. Got another 20 minutes of combining here to do. Amanda's gonna finish that piece off. I just went and dumped a hopper, and Dad's right full with the 1682. All the trucks are full now. Well, there's the old Ford 3-ton yet, so Dad can go dump into it, but I would imagine he's probably just going to work on getting grain trucks dumped. We're going to have to move the auger to another bin and what have you, but anyway, the old drought barley did about what I expected here. Not 100% sure yet, but a little better than 40 anyways, so. But when you only get 1.5 inches of rain all year, there's not much more that you can expect, honestly, so. Anyways, we'll get to thrashing here and then see where we go from here. Probably go do a little bit more desiccating or something on those soybeans here after, and I got a bit of fixing to do on the 860. I'm taking that backwards, oh well. The Walker drive belt on the 860 gave up the ghost and filled the fucking Walkers right full of straw, so Dad got a bunch of it dug out this morning, and then well, it's pretty well just ready to go to get the belt on. I'm gonna have to slide the chopper off to finish emptying it out and what have you. But anyway, I bought a flex header for this combine. I got a 5-hour one-way drive to go pick that up tomorrow. It's got a nice header trailer with it at least, so anyway, that is the unofficial plan as of right now, but we'll finish combining and go from there. So I suppose talk to all you guys here in a few minutes. Well, that's it, that's all for the barley, because I've got, there's a little, I don't know, 10 acres of it at home. Like I said, of those potholes there that I had sowed to haybine, but they were too nice to haybine, so probably just use the 1682, bring him home and combine that with him. Or the 860, one of the two, because the 860's got to go home to get his flex header, so actually maybe a guy will use him, so slide the chopper off to empty the Walkers out and drop that bit of straw and bale it maybe even, so I don't know. Anyway, I don't think what we have is going to fit on the trucks, but we're going to find out, so anyway, going to overtake the case here on the way to the grain trucks by the looks of it. I suppose. Talk to you when we see what the hell's going on next. Come on, 9600. Faster. Faster, girl. Oh, maybe she sped up now. You can't pass that combine on the road, can you, 9600? But maybe on the way to the grain truck. Oh, we're gaining a little bit again. she's not sure if she's where she should be yet. Oh, that's nice how that comes out of there. Just getting loaded back up again here with Dicot. Yeah, the other thing, Agro 90 or whatever, the surfactant, anti-drift, blah blah blah. I'm gonna do 180-acre tank of that. Otherwise, I've been using Roundup and heat, and with the Roundup and heat like that, it kills your germination. Since I have R1 and R2, I can grow the R1s again for seed, whichever way. R1, R2, I forget now. I think it's the old R1s. Is it R2? I can't remember. I'm not a fucking bean farmer. I just do this for fun as a hobby. Anyway, I can regrow the one for bin run seed since it's not on patent anymore, unlike the other one. So the one that's on patent yet, I just fucking spray with the Roundup and the heat, which is nice because that kills the weeds and everything like a son of a bitch, whereas the Dicot just dries them out. It doesn't really actually kill the plant. It'll come back again after you combine it, right? So anyway, whatever. So I want some for seeds. We're going to do 180-acre shot of that. There'll be more than enough seeds, but makes my math easy that way instead of doing a fucking hard tank. It was actually, they brought me out this whole barrel here of it, but I had enough left over from my peas. She brought me 100 acres worth of it, so with what I had left over, the peas plus the few jugs she brought on top of that to make the 100 acres, I don't actually need it, so that way I bring that barrel back. We'll just do the rest of it with Roundup, like I said. Anyway, that's enough rambling. I'll bring you guys back when we're out there. That half section looks a fuck of a lot better than the quarter that I just did here yesterday morning. So, anywho, we're going to do this, and then we're going to load up one more time right full. I don't think we'll need the right full tank to finish. Hopefully we got enough water. That'll be the catch, but anyway, we'll see how far we get where we end up at. So this won't be quite enough to finish the half, but we're full. Won't be quite enough to finish the half, but it'll be real close anyway. So, all right, we'll talk to you here in a few. Well, that was a long fucking day yesterday bringing this home. I bought this 30-foot 930F. It's an 02 with a header trailer out at Hodgeville, which is about 5 hours from here, straight west basically. I mean, made good time going there, going 130 without anything behind me on the divided highway, and then got back here, or coming back this way, you know, a guy only go 90 or 100, and it had just 11L 15 implement tires. So before I went to local jack of all trades guy, and we put a set of trailer tires on implement rims so that I'd be able to go more than 30. And made it back to about Moose Jaw, and this wheel bearing here was getting real hot, even going slow. Before I took off, I had repacked it with grease and gear oil on both sides, and it was getting real hot. So thankfully the boys there at Young's were open and managed to help me find the right wheel bearings. Thank Christ. The parts manager or store manager, I'm not sure exactly, he's manager or something, but he had to pull out a couple tricks to find the right inner bearing, just because it was a little bit of a different one. But they had it, and I changed it right in their parking lot there on a Sunday, so it's only the third craziest thing I've done in a parking lot. So anyway, not bad. I paid $11,000 for it with the trailer, so I think I made out pretty damn good, because I looked at other ones that they wanted more for and they weren't nearly as nice as this one. So all the sections are new, the guards are all fucking near new, the drum is in excellent shape, it's got full feed fingers, all the teeth are real nice, like none of them are, there's a couple that are a little short, but not very many of them. I think she's going to be pretty sweet on the old 9600. I want to do just a little bit of servicing with it here before we pull it to Grandpa's, but other than that, she's pretty well ready to go. They used it already here this year because one of their other headers broke down. They did like 50 acres or something with it, he said, there to finish up their stuff. So anyway, should be pretty mint, so I'll talk to you in a few. Well, got the header on, added my little screen in here, got another one from the neighbor, doesn't use it anymore, so I got a fairly good deal on it. I'll show you what we have left to do. I just have that in here for the mapping. I wanted it to have another one, so I figured I'll put it in here and make sure it works. So glued a little steel plate on the roof and just have the wire ran like that for now, but a guy will be able to set an AB line and follow it anyways. But these combines have a sprocket with a chain coupler usually, and the MacDon header and this one here use 1000 spline, so I have this side here already for that MacDon header and adapter plate that I had on here for that 960 has that, so this side is already ready to go. But the drive shaft is just bottoming out, there's not quite enough, so we have to cut an inch off each end for that to work. And then the other side here, the pickup still uses the chain coupler and drove from this side, whereas the MacDon drove on the other, so worked out okay. But I need to get one more adapter to go on this one here, just bolts on, and then we're going to end up having to trim this one slightly as well to be able to hook onto it here. But that adapter should be here tomorrow, and then we can give her shit in the mustard, hopefully. That's the plan. And then we got all those beans to do. Just got the big header on the 21. That's 35 and that's 30. What do we have to do on this guy? There is a plastic skid shoe that needs some rivets put in it. I got to finish hooking it up, and I think it's ready. I went all through it at home, greased it, put a couple new bushings in the knife heads and such. This header here, the guy was using it, so it should pretty well be ready. Other than, I mean, maybe this corner here hangs more than the rest of it, doesn't it? I got learning to do yet with this, but you can bolt this one up in places to use it in rigid mode. He was showing you, and put some bolts through. But anyway, other than that, I think it's ready. I think that's ready. The 860 now, we're going to go out and do that straw walker drive belt that fucked up on it. And then I'm going to drive him home and get his flex header. And we should be ready to give her in the soybeans. So I'll probably just use these two in the mustard, because the 860's header's not going to work worth a flying fuck for that. And it's only 60 acres, so it's hardly worth setting 3 combines to do that. We'll just put these 2 in there, and then it'll give a chance to try that header and make sure there's nothing unforeseen that needs doing on it. And yeah, anyway, I suppose go work on the Massey. Well, later on in the day, I forgot my phone when I went and worked on the Massey, so I didn't make any clips for you, but anyway, we are in the old 4000 International, bringing it home from the field. It was out at the barley there yet from when we swapped quite a while ago, but I had, remember I went and cut those hollows with the hay vine. There were a few that were too good to be cut for feed, so I left the swather out there till it was ripe enough, and we cut it with this. I'm going to combine it here with the Massey, hopefully one of these days when I get it home. We had 1/2 inch of rain here last night, so probably be too tough to combine yet tomorrow, but we'll see how it goes anyways. But hey, just bringing it home now that she's pretty well done for the year. Get her blown off and parked, and wait for next year to see what we got in store for it, I suppose. So anyway, I think no, I won't leave you here. I'll show you the next project that's going to be going on, and then we'll end the video. So I'll talk to you when we get over there. How about? Now that it's almost dark, Amanda calls it dark and gloomy. Remember the tarp shed Amanda bought last year? 30 by, what is it, 60? Is going to go here, right beside that barn. So that pole, and then that is the width of the door, and then there's a white rock. That's about the width of it, and then it goes all the way back to where the handling system is. But what we're going to do, empty all the shit out of the barn and pens and corrals and everything, and the handling system itself is going to do a 90, and it's going to be inside there. And then when it's 40 below out and Amanda's trying to pull her speckled Charolais cross calves out, it'll be inside with lots of lights and not in the cold and the dark and the wind. And then this big building here is going to be full of quite a few pens. Poop. Right? Right. So we just kind of started measuring things here just to have an idea, and then we'll get things marked out a bit better in the daylight when we're not combining. And cousin has a post hole auger on a skid steer. He's going to come out and make our holes, and we're going to put oh well. Then we're going to cut these poles and put them in to make a wood pony wall, kind of like what Ryan tried to do on his first attempt before the big storm tore it all down and smashed it on him. And we don't have any wind here. There's no wind here, and lots of trees for shelter, so we don't have to worry about that. So it shouldn't be any wind with all those trees for shelter right here. So most of our wind comes from that way, so the barn will protect it. Anyways, I think that's where we'll leave you for this one. So I guess the like button, subscribe for more, all that good stuff. Talk to you in the next one.